realize as a content creator, people do not like facts. So today I have receipts. Now today we're going to be talking about NBA 2K26 is clearly dead. It is clearly dead. Okay, this game has died off. All right. And one thing that this 2K community has to understand is the receipts that I have, right? Now, if we go back a couple of months ago, because some of y'all are still on burner accounts messaging me, Jay, I dealt with this in the wreck, not understanding, gang, I've already talked about this stuff. I already showed y'all proof of what I was talking about, right? I told y'all stop going to previous 2Ks, all of this stuff. I have receipts. So when y'all try to message me on burner accounts saying what you're dealing with, I've already talked about it, dog. It's not like I'm trying to ignore you just to be mean or try to be so-called Hollywood. I've already covered this stuff, right? Let's continue. Look at this. We talk about the slow, clunky engine in the game, which to me is terrible. That was in 25. It's in 26, right? I've already talked about this stuff. Let's keep going. I said playing the game feels like a punishment. All of the stuff that y'all are dealing with the game, I've already talked about it, YouTube, right? But y'all don't be hitting that like button, none of that. But I still drop the videos because I love making my content. But y'all cannot sit here and say that nobody never said anything. Bro, I've been saying this, right? And one thing you gotta understand is I predicted this was gonna happen with the game, right? Me. Look at this. I said, bro, you should have zero expectations for randoms in the wreck. I said the devs owe the community an apology. All of this stuff, I was right. And I told you in the video, I was like, I hope I'm wrong. I hope they prove me wrong. But guess what? I knew I was going to be right because I understand what 2K is now. 2K is a game that is focused more on money. They don't care about the product. They don't care about your experience on the game. They don't care about none of that stuff, right? But y'all cannot sit here and tell me I did not provide these videos for y'all, right? Let's continue. I talk about the bad behavior in the wreck. We talk about how NBA 2K25 was free. NBA 2K26 will be free, by the way. It will be coming soon, right? Then you have right here, I talk about the old heads in the online experience, right? And I talked about how 2K does not let you leave games. You will get banned for that. I talk about, again, views don't worry me. One thing I'm going to say is this, that don't get to me. I still drop my content, right? But we cannot sit here and act like I didn't talk about it, right? Let's continue. I said 2K and Madden look like this currently in 2025, right? I talked about all of this stuff. I talked about how I feel like Uncle Demi's not helping the 2A community. We talked about how they went from basketball to bonnets. Then we talked about how Ronnie and Mike need to understand how bad the content is for 2K right now. The content for 2K right now is so bad. People think that you're trying to fake it to make it pretty much. Like people were like, bro, where are the rage videos? Those aren't scripted videos, gang. But I was trying to get Ronnie and Mike Wing to understand that's how bad the product has become to where people are so used to seeing people crash it on the game now, right? Talk about all of this stuff. Let's continue. Talk about, once again, I know the wreck experience. Once again. And that video right there, I said, y'all got to stop saying you can't wait until the next 2K. Because you already should know what's going to happen, right? I said all in these videos, I hope I was wrong, but I was right. Once again, I talked about, look, they need to pull off a miracle, right, in order to, be 2K again, right? And I said, I feel like there's zero hope. I was right 4 months ago. So we cannot sit here and act like Jamie didn't drop these videos, right? Then once again, I said if NBA 2K26 has these three things, it had pro play, rhythm shooting, and I think something else in there, right? Which they clearly are in the game, right? I said it's not going to end well. I was right, ladies and gentlemen, right? I said it's off to a horrible start. Why did I say that? Because they were running it back, right? Let's keep going. Let's keep going, because I like to show receipts, right? I said 2K community, I'm afraid the gameplay is no different. I was right, okay? I said why you should not pre-order the game. I was right. I said it sounds like it's gonna be ran by cheaters once again. Motherfucker, I was right. I told you niggas. But you niggas went in those comments and you sat there and told me, you're a hater, Jay. You just hope the game is bad. I was like, no, that's not the case, gang. I know what the 2K is. We know what the devs are nowhere to be found, right? Then we talk about how women in the 2A community, majority of their audience don't rock with them. I was right. Okay? So when y'all gonna sit there and try to hit me up on burner accounts telling me what you're dealing with, I already covered it, dog. And I predicted this was gonna happen with NBA 2K26. Okay? Let's continue. Then I said, bro, should you have low expectations? Yes, right? I said the community is going to be the same way it was in the previous games. I said the viewership is cooked. Once again, I was right. I was right about all of this stuff, y'all. But you know what y'all told me in my comment section? Yo, Jay, man, you just finding ways to complain, dog. You just finding ways to complain. But now, when y'all hit me up on burner accounts, right, asking me, begging me to make a video, you ignore these videos that I'm showing you right here. All of these videos, we dropped, right? I told you I love making my content, right? Once again, but you know what y'all tried to do? When I made all of these videos, y'all tried to say, bro, you can't really say this if you haven't even tested the game out. So guess what happened after that? Somebody hit me up and was like, yo, I got an account that got the game. If you want to test it out, you can. We did that. It's like y'all won't just accept the fact that, yo, J Mid was right about this 2K stuff. Y'all know the game is trash. And that's why y'all over here now. Y'all know it's trash. So once again, let's have these discussions, right? Because now it's to the point to where some of y'all don't even care about 2K26 no more. Y'all want to know, okay, what they're going to do for 2K27. And I'm going to tell you right now, we're not even going to have that discussion right here. And the reason why we're not having that discussion right here is because we need to accept the fact, right, that NBA 2K26 is another failed, once again, experiment, right? Right, I think, isn't that what So said? Yeah, he said it was a failed experiment. It's another failed experiment. And until we can accept that and realize that, I don't care. Once again, if you're new to this channel, I don't care what the community asks for. This has been a yearly routine thing, right? And when I drop my videos and I explain these things, right? Like right now, you go on Twitter, you're seeing people saying like, bro, these people are zinning, bro. They're cheating. Did I not say it's going to be ran by cheaters? But when I made those videos, man, Jay, you just a hater, bro. You're so negative. And I was like, no, I was being honest with you, gang. I was being truthful with you. Because where we are right now, it's unplayable. It really is. It's unplayable. You got people zenning, using Titans, all types of stuff, all of these scripts, and guess what? They're still allowed to play the game. But you leave one rec game, you leave one Proving Grounds game, you probably can't even quit a My Career game. You're gonna receive a bad sportsmanship ban. But you got people cheating like it's no tomorrow. Now let's have this discussion real quick. I don't want to have a discussion about what they need to do in the next one because I already told you what they need to do in the next one. And what they need to do is really take their focus and make it to basketball. They need to take all of this BS that they wanted to input in the game, all of these stupid TikTok dances, all of these face paint, all of these, glow in the dark, whatever that we have in the game. Like they have superhero capes in the game. Now, what are we doing? Okay, and it's like 2K, and what it seems like to me is, it's like 2K is afraid of the potential of GTA. Now, I understand it's the same company. I get all of that. Rockstar, I get all of that, right? But if y'all not paying attention, 2K is it's like they're getting away from what made 2K 2K. They're adding all of this extra stupid stuff in the game that nobody cares about, that nobody asks for. Nobody asks for TikTok dances. Nobody actually, but you know what people ask for? They ask for more things to where when you win a game, like you could, like, I guess after game you could go out, like it was like a park thing, right? But once again, this is something that people ask for, but 2K doesn't. They don't input it the right way. Nobody asks for TikTok dances, gang. When people said they wanted to celebrate, you had normal celebrations after a park to where if you won the game, you could walk them off the court and celebrate in front of their face. Nobody asked for all of these dance stuff, though. Nobody wants to play Just Dance. We wanted to play a basketball game, right? And like I was saying, y'all will never admit that I was right. And that's one thing I don't like about the 2K community. Y'all ask me, well, bro, I want to make 2K content. You should give advice. I gave you advice. The advice is you don't want to make 2K content. You don't want to do this. I promise you, you don't. You don't. Because the state of this game right now is bad. Last night, I went on Twitter, and I seen that, somebody was like, oh, like, I think T told me, was like, oh, 2K had a little ban thing where they were banning people, right? And we already know about the cash shots, the Enzos, and so we seen that they got banned. And T was like, oh, nah, he got unbanned. And I was like, what are you talking about? How you get unbanned? And then we see a screenshot. I don't know if it was real or not. That's why I didn't even post it on here. But we seen a screenshot of, it's Evan. I guess he's talking to Enzo, behind the scenes. And he's telling him like, oh, you back out, you close the app. You should be able to log back in. And it's like, where's y'all, like, this stuff to me is very concerning because it's like not only do people know that work with 2K that these people are, breaking the rule and they're clearly doing something they're not supposed to be doing, but 2K's now has favorites, right? And I don't want to talk about Joe Knows. Joe Knows plays with a team 24/7. Joe Knows isn't cheating, bro. We're talking about the people that are breaking the rules, okay? If you look at their player cards, it's impossible to do as a human being. Okay, let's just get that out the way. So I don't want to hear oh, well, you can't just say they're cheating. Gang, have you not seen their player cards? If you have the game, you can go look at the top players on the leaderboards. Look at their player cards, not even just the Enzos and the cash outs. Look at everybody on the leaderboard. Everybody's shooting almost 90% from three. Everybody got almost 1,000 games played, more than that. You see what I'm saying? Everybody got these incredible stats. That's absolutely just insane to me, right? But it's always the same people on the leaderboard. But I don't want to spend much time on that stuff because we already talked about that as well. I want to talk about gameplay because before the game even came out, I told y'all, I was like, bro, they gotta scrap this. The way the game is, the game speed, all of this stuff, the catch animations are still bad. I mean, the catch animations have been the worst I have ever seen these last 2 to 3 years in a 2K game. I mean, I understand that, if somebody has a bad, playmaking ability, it's not supposed to be like that, but there's no way. It's like the attributes still doesn't matter. Like, attributes still don't matter. People are saying, strength don't matter. None of that stuff matter. It's like the gameplay, it remains inconsistent. It remains unplayable because there's things in the game that you would think like, yeah, 2K would have cleaned that up. They didn't pay attention to it. And it's like, instead of them addressing it now, right, they would wait until 2K26 is almost over and then they'll say, oh, we now fix this issue in the game. And it's like, why couldn't you do it in the previous one? What was the holdup? But it's like, again, I tell y'all this stuff, and this is why I be saying, if you ask me, 2K got to make real changes. They got to make real moves, not these small moves to where, yeah, we made this a better thing. No, you need to make major moves because this is embarrassing. This is absolutely embarrassing. And this is why I told y'all I'd be on Madden and you're not going to CJ Mid on NBA 2K26 like that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, somebody let me test the game out. But it's like, bro, on a regular day basis, I'm playing Madden 26, right? And I don't care if y'all pull up to the stream or not. One thing I understand about me is I'm a gamer at heart, okay? I'm not going to stress myself out over something that I've made over 100 plus videos on. Until y'all recognize and realize what the issues are, which I've been telling y'all are, which y'all don't want to accept, then the game is going to remain like this. Because some of y'all, and I keep saying this, and I said this in multiple videos, some of y'all are so worried about, well, if I say the truth, that, I'm not going to get a logo, like all of this stuff. I'm going to tell you this right now. Look at the people right now that got logos and you tell me how they channel looking, fam. Because, I mean, I don't know why some of y'all are still holding that to the reason why you don't want to speak your mind or be truthful. And if this upcoming next Twitter space is going to be ugly, in my opinion, okay? If you ask me, it's Evan and Stacks. They need to step down because, I mean, they're just, in my opinion, bad for the 2A community. It's a very bad look to have to where you're people that are clearly breaking the rules. They get banned and not even in an hour, they're unbanned. Right, they're able to walk back in. You have a behind the scenes conversation or text message that clearly says, you close the game, you can get back in the game. And it's like, well, what about the other people? And this is why people cheat, right? The reason why you're seeing so many people that are cheating, because I know a lot of y'all are so new to this channel. If people that are getting away with it can cheat, they look at it like, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. If they can cheat and not get in trouble for it, I'm gonna do the same thing. And this is why people have been saying they should be permanently banned. That's how you set an example. Because if they get permanently banned, they will tell, yo, I got permanently banned. Chat, y'all, you don't want to do this. But it's like, I find it funny how some of these people that are clearly cheating, they go on Twitter, they're like, yo, I got banned for no reason, dog. And it's like, come on now. Like, dog. If your player card looking kind of suspicious, there is no you got banned for no reason, dog. Like, come on now. It's absolutely insane, right? But like I said, gameplay to me is way more important than all of this other stuff that we were just talking about. Because and you could argue gameplay, could fix the issues with the cheating stuff. I talked about all of the stupid shot timings they kept in the game. Why? Because they couldn't stop Zenners. The way you stop Zenners is you don't make the game as difficult as it is, right? Understand this. Yes, people are gonna find ways to be effective in the game, like fades, for example. Yes, if you knew how to fade in season one, you can fade. I told y'all, fading isn't hard. You can see in a couple of these clips when I was testing the game out, we were fading, right? It wasn't difficult to do, right? But you had a lot of people like, nah, that's not basketball, gang. And it's like, well, here's the thing. You can't have it both ways, because clearly 2K cannot input it the right way. And what I mean by that is, either you would have kept shooting as simple as it was, or you make things difficult and you're asking to bring more cheaters in. Now, if you ask me, I would have been okay with them, nerfing the fades if you didn't have all these stupid shot timings in the game. If you didn't have all these dumb timings in the game, I wouldn't have an issue with them nerfing fades, right? But the fact that you have all of these, you go to the hash, different time, you go to the corner, different time, you go to the mid-range, it's slower now. You have all of these stupid shot timings to where now it's making the game more of a, science project pretty much, right? Because you can no longer just know your jumper and shoot. You gotta shoot at a different timing. You gotta, all of these speed ups, the poor catch animations are still destroying your timing of your jumper, right? So it's like you have all of this still going on in the game that could have been, once again, an easy fix. And 2K did what? They just ran it back. Like I tell you, a lot of y'all were laughing at that, but I was being truthful with y'all. All 2K was doing was running it back. And I told you, when they did that, bro, I don't think the game gonna be good. And I was right. But it's like every time that I'm right, y'all never wanted to sit down and own the fact that, Jay was right. Go back to those videos before the game came out and read those comments. I was getting so many people calling me a hater, telling me I'm so negative, right? And here we are now. The same people that were saying it, I guarantee they won't put a comment, right? Because if they do, right, they're probably just going to get banned. And that's why I be banning people. And it's not because, I get upset. It's the fact that when I tried to tell y'all what was going to happen, y'all tried to sit there and call me a liar, call me the most negative person, saying I just wanted to be a hater. I wanted to hop on a wave. And it's like, dog, I'm the last person that you could say that does that. Because unlike the so-called people that I don't agree with, like, for example, I don't think Uncle Demi helps 2K community. I don't. He literally sat there when I was doing reactions and stated that, yeah, people are cheating, but, it is what it is. Like, no, gang, they should get permanently banned. It's breaking the rules, right? But once again, you don't see Uncle Demi streaming the game, right? You don't see none of this stuff. I did all of those things. Now, I'm not saying, he has to. I'm saying y'all cannot sit there and call me the most negative person, because I showed y'all proof. We did reactions. We played the game for hours. I done did 10 hours. Go on my channel and look at the things I've done. I've streamed the games. I've done all of this stuff. So y'all cannot sit there and say, oh, you just, hey, you want to hop on the wave. No, I have proof of it. I have evidence of it. Okay? As of right now, going forward, 2K it's just really cooked. There's no fixing it. And the reason why you can't fix it, because let's look at the three things. Rhythm shooting and pro play. Those things have done nothing to help this game going forward. Whether you want to say it's not the problem, it's not helping anything. There's no reason why almost every catch, like that right there, why right there on that catch right there, did they make him like, instead of him just catching the ball and shooting, he has to like gather the ball. Like, bro, it's why? Why can't you just regular catch and shoot? It's like, no, you gotta gather the ball. Like, look, you see that? Like, it slows you down. And I'm gonna go back to something real quick. Illuminati made a video a couple of months ago, and we reacted to it. And he was saying, bro, it was a failed experiment, but this, and that. He was saying how you got all of these random speed ups, and the game is slow. You got these, like, random ghost spots of contest. All of that stuff is still in the game, by the way. So when y'all are trying to say that the devs are hearing people out, I really disagree. I don't think the devs truly care. Because if they did all of this stuff, like, you wouldn't have just ran it back. As bad as 2K25 was, right? You mean to tell me we still have the same terrible catch animations? You still have the same stupid TikTok dance? You still got all this face paint, the piercings, all of this stuff that has nothing to do with basketball back in the game, and you expected this to be a successful product? Like, let's be real here. Of course, like, anybody that truly cared about the state of 2K would have, like, nah, we already know what this is gonna be, right? I told y'all, all of that battle pass stuff, that should not be their concern or focus, but it is because of money. See what I'm saying? And that's what they care about. They care about all of the money, right? I'm close to the mic, my bad. But, I just want I'll make sure y'all can hear me. See what I'm saying? Because my mic did kind of mess up. So I just want to make sure y'all can hear what I'm saying, right? And understand, getting the point across of
I told y'all this. Okay? And going forward, you can't really expect nothing to change because, like I said, rhythm shooting ain't going nowhere. Powered by pro play isn't going anywhere. So when you think like, oh, they can fix this game, no, my friend, they cannot. It's just cooked. Okay, it's cooked. And we already know the next season, right? Whenever they do a next season, they're going to break something else with that season patch, which I've been telling y'all that as well. When I was telling y'all that, once again, I'm a hater. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just want to hop on the wave, and it's like, well, when I did those 11-hour streams or 10-hour streams, and people just wanted to see me get upset. I mean, what are we talking about? Because that's what it is. That's what the content is right now. Anybody that's streaming 2K26, right? All their content is them playing the game and their chat really wanting to see them lose 24/7, right? I told you, I be doing my research. I be in streams. I be watching streams, right? Don't get me started with the female talk, bro. I done proved that too. I done did my research on the female stuff. I know what's going on, right? I done seen a couple of female channels that got over 10,000 subs. And they got over 10,000 subs. They drop a regular video, can't even crack 800 views, right? That's not real support, gang. That's not a community that really supports you. That's somebody that's there for one thing and one thing only, your looks. You see what I'm saying? And when I said that, I was the bad guy. But once again, if we pay attention here, was I lying? No, right? A lot of y'all might look at it like, well, that's wrong. That's mean. How was it mean? Because it's the truth, right? You know what's wrong? That people that are actually out here that are actually making content, that are putting hours in on the game and being themselves, they get ignored. That's what's wrong. Because they're doing it the right way. But it's like nowadays, the way the world works, we would rather go watch somebody off of their looks instead of the actual grinding and respect that they should be getting. You see what I'm saying? That's why I said I'm not going to tolerate the T disrespect, because T actually, streams, actually is trying to build something. She's not out here doing all of the weird stuff, putting the makeup on, trying to show the body, all of that stuff. She's not doing that stuff. But a lot of these females in the Twitter community are, right? And they know who they are, right? I don't even got to call no names out. You see what I'm saying? And like I said, there's a lot of females in the Twitter community that know me, and they know I'm not this type of hateful person towards women. I just speak the truth about women, okay? But like I said, we're not going to get into all that as well. I just want to make this clear. Going forward, don't expect nothing with 2K to improve. I mean, that's just what it is. I know a lot of y'all probably still have hope and believe they can get this game back on track. And the reality is no. The rec, I told y'all, they need to take the rec out of the game, right? Because if you clearly don't understand the experience of what's really going on in the rec, you might as well take it out. The rec is a toxic mode. I kept telling y'all this, right? It is a meme at this point. I've been telling y'all this. I told y'all months ago the experience, what it was going to be like. I told you how the community plays like when we talk about randoms. I made all of those videos. So this ain't breaking news to me. You see what I'm saying? Proving Grounds the same thing, right? But it's like all of this stuff, really the rec should have been gone. I told y'all they should have been got rid of that. Proving Grounds. Same toxic stuff. You can walk in there by yourself. They're going to put you in with a group of 4. They act like they don't know who you are, and they're going to play buddy ball. I mean, it's the same thing 24/7. And 2K, I want to say that this is why, 2K, you cannot have a ban system for leaving games. Yeah, you can have a report system for people that are clearly cheating, for people that are clearly, breaking TOS, right? Being inappropriate. But when we talk about quitting games, that should not be a reason to get banned for. You see what I'm saying? Especially the way people play on this game and the experience, how atrocious and awful it has been these last couple of years. It's been absolutely unplayable, and it makes the game very, annoying to, experience. You see what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, 2K27 talk, don't start it. You see what I'm saying? I know that's what y'all want to talk about. Like, quite frankly, me, I got 2 vlogs I can drop right now on this channel. But here's the thing. I know when I drop them vlogs, y'all gonna be like, man, why is Jay doing this? He doing this vlog stuff, bro. He not on 2K. And here's the thing. What I'm thinking about doing is, I low-key might just have this a gaming channel, and I'm gonna make all my IRL stuff on a different channel. If y'all want to know what that channel is gonna be, I'm gonna try to see if I can put it in the description. But yeah, this might just be the channel where we talk about gaming over here. The IRL stuff, I might just put that on my other channel. But going forward, no, I'm not leaving. I'm not giving up on my channel over here. A lot of y'all keep asking me that, or did you quit this channel? You don't upload on here no more. No, the thing is, it's like I upload when I want to upload, and which I gotta understand is I'm not a robot. You see what I'm saying? I'm not even trying to be smart or funny or mean to y'all. It's just the fact that the start of the video, we looked at all of those videos, right? And the amount of comments I got on those videos, a lot of y'all telling me I didn't know what I was talking about. I was just, you don't want to, somebody really told me you don't want to stream 2K because you can't pull views. Gang, if I were to stream on that account that you're seeing in the background, right, which shout out to Kenny, right, I would have at least probably 200, probably 1,000 people a day. If I really wanted to milk it and I cared about views like that, I could milk it and probably have over thousands of views on those streams. Why? Because people know how bad the game is, and they want to see me lose because they want to see me upset on the game, because that's the certain type of content that is trending right now for NBA 2K, and that's what it's been the last 3 to 4 years. Why do you think when you go on YouTube, you see people dropping videos in the rec, talk about rec randoms, talking about you can't play solo rec? That's the content. Unless you got a group, unless you got a actual team consistent, the content is literally people losing in the wreck, right? That's what it is. Nothing else. Build videos don't matter. I already told you that. But all of this stuff, see, I done talked about all of this stuff. You see what I'm saying? This is why I don't be in a hurry to make a video, because I told y'all what was going to happen, right? I told y'all this. And until they make real changes, don't expect no improvement. I told you the game is a boom or a bust. Right now, it's really a bust, because when 2K is doing these little patches in the game, they're once again doing. And I said I was hoping I was wrong with this, but I knew it because they've been doing it recent years. When they drop these little patches, right, they touch other things with the game, like certain jumpers or certain animations or certain builds, right? Certain things with builds. All of these things going on in the game, and instead of us realizing that, right, it's like, nah, my build is broken, I gotta make another build. And it's like, no, you're not paying attention. This is what 2K does. They drop a patch, they destroy something that some of y'all probably already spent your money on, right? And the game is kind of cooked for you. So now they want you to go in, spend more money, make another build, which builds cost like what, $150? It's ridiculous. You already got a battle pass in, which is really not needed, but you know, builds costing almost $200 once again is ridiculous, right? But all of this stuff is ridiculous. And some of y'all are surprised that this is like, some of y'all like, man, I can't believe 2K26 is like this. Well, believe it, because and it shouldn't be a surpriser. This is what 2K is now. They don't care about basketball like that. They don't. When I get on the account from time to time and I see that people are on superhero capes and they got on face paint and eyeliner and doing these zesty TikTok dances, I know the game is popped. They got all of these stupid mascots in the game. I know the game is popped, right? And I'm gonna say this once again. Some of y'all just need to stop playing it, okay? Some of y'all that are playing it, that are having trouble, y'all just need to retire, bro. Y'all are just trash, okay? In the background, when I was testing this game out on Kenny's account, you clearly see we're not even on 90 overall. And we were out there in the proving grounds knocking down shots. You know, we obviously not going to get 10, 15 shots a game because you're playing out there with randoms, things like that, which are probably were like a group of 4 people, which, like I said, that's the experience. But like I was saying, some of y'all just need to retire the game, because when me and T go out there, sometimes y'all are just absolutely terrible. Even when I tried to, like, because I think the account had like 100-some thousand VC on there. I was like, okay, bet. I think the little trick or treat thing gave him like 20k VC. So we tried to bring Cody back out there, and it was still unplayable. You know, you still got people out there who are just trash at the game. And what's funny is this, I'm going to say this, if you're one of those people, you know you're garbage at the game. And we're not talking about you got to be a superstar and elite level player. We're talking about doing the basic things, right? Some of y'all need to own the fact that, hey, like some of y'all are like, bro, they need to fix that fading stuff. The fades, you know, y'all got to fix that. Y'all don't, that's not basketball. They took out the fades. Some of y'all are still trash. You know what I'm saying? Like some of y'all are trash, awful. Y'all need to retire, no cap. And if you're the age of 45 or higher, or even 35 or higher, and you're one of those people too where you're struggling on the game, just retire, bro. Because clearly, when y'all are saying that 2K don't listen to y'all, they do. And when they listen to y'all, And when they listen to some of y'all, which it's not y'all fault, because like I said, the devs, they don't really understand what's going on in the game to really make these confirmed moves in the game. They just go off of what they see people saying, so-called feedback, right? But they're not getting the right feedback, in my opinion. But my opinion, when some of y'all are saying, like, for example, like, bro, all people want to do is dribble and fade, blah blah blah, they took it out the game, and some of y'all still trash. Like, bro, you can't, that right there, you like, that's, you gotta find ways to know what you're doing. But that's what I said, build videos don't even matter no more, because some of y'all will be trash and go look at a build video think that's gonna save you. No, you just garbage, you trash. It is what it is, bro. And for somebody like me to play Madden, I can get on the account and play 1 or 2 games and be ready to, not even deal with it no more. Because like, it's like I don't understand. I understand it because I done made so many videos on it, and this is why I told you I was getting really irritated the last time, because people think I'm crazy. But it's like, bro, I done made all of these videos, I know what's going on, and it's like people, they don't want to accept the fact that, yo, Jay was right with this. He called it. They don't want to do that. And it's not saying you gotta bow down to me or nothing like that. Pause. It's like, bro, just realize I warned y'all. I told y'all. Right? Even when I told you, I was like, bro, I'm gonna be playing Madden, I don't really care about 2K. Jay, at least you can't have this opinion because you ain't even tested the game out yet. Well, guess what? We tested the game out. We went rec, proving grounds part. We did all of that, theater, all of that. The game is trash, fam. It's horrible, and it's gonna be like this until 2K makes real changes. Whether that's to the dev team, whether that's to the people that, doing the Evan and Stack job, which they need to step down immediately now. Okay, it's an embarrassment right now to how they have the 2K community looking, right? And 2K as a whole, not even the community, but 2K as a whole. But yeah, other than that, like I told y'all, man, I'm about to just get up out of here. And I'm not sure else to talk about. I covered everything. Hit the like, subscribe button for your boy Jay. Man, that like button is free. You want to roll the 5K subs over here. And yeah, man, stay tuned for more content. Probably gonna go live stream soon or later, but I'll let you know, keep you updated. Other than that, I told you niggas, I'm out of here, man. I know someone like, bro, why are you yelling at my ear? Because I told you, and you didn't want to listen to me, bro. I told you what was going to happen with the game, and they never wanted to listen to you, Jay. They didn't want to listen. They tried to paint you out to be the bad guy. They tried to call you negative. And the entire time you were just trying to warn them because you already seen this story before. Not before. We've seen this story for years now. And still, the same start, the same result. The same season, the same trash. The same year, the same game. Are we not picking up the puzzle here? It's the same thing every single time. And until y'all realize that, until y'all realize too, you gotta make real changes. I don't know what y'all want me to tell y'all. I done made all these videos, fam. What more can I do? I did my part. I told y'all what was gonna happen. I told y'all what was going to happen. Guess what the next patch gonna do? Mess with the movement. Watch the next patch break rhythm shooting, break and lose. Watch what I tell y'all. Watch. Why you say that, Jay? Remember what happened last year? Rhythm shooting was broken all of a sudden. I told you to just get rid of it. But nah, Jay, you negative. You know what I'm saying? Watch the next patch. There's going to be an issue with rhythm shooting, I guarantee you. There's probably an issue right now. Not only 2K, there might be a little patch update or a so-called patch record. You know, like when you log into the game and you see that says a little update required, there might be one of those when you log into the game. Yeah, like I said, anyways, I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Jimmy signing out, man. We gone. I'm done, man.